My grandfather had a radio, and he was very fond of it. As a young boy, I noticed him exposing the batteries from this transistor radio under the sun. So once I asked him, "Are they wet?" "No," he replied. "But then why do you put them under the sun?" I asked again. "I place them under the sun because they are already weak. The heat of the sun will restore their power." I don't know how scientific that is, but he believed that these batteries, when exposed to sun for some time, will regain some power to run flashlights or transistor radios for an extended time, maybe a couple of days more. Choosing the 12 disciples, walking on water, healing those who touched him, the transfiguration, the crucifixion. What took place before these powerful events in the life of Jesus? Jesus spent the whole night on the mountain to pray, which I am sure recharged him for the following events. Sometimes when I get so busy with my work and with my studies these days, my prayer time is the one that suffers most. My priorities get mixed up and I forget to do the very thing that will give me the ability, the charge, the power to do the impossible. Then I remembered that Jesus always made time for prayer. The harder the task he had to do, the more time he spent in prayer. Even if he is the Son of God, he always made time to pray, to draw strength and power, not from himself, but from his Father. In the Old Testament, whenever Yahweh reveals something big, he usually reveals it on a mountain. For example, he gave the Ten Commandments to Moses on Mount Sinai. On Mount Ararat, Noah's ark comes to rest after the flood, and this marks the end of the flood and beginning of a new covenant between God and humanity. God tests Abraham on Mount Moriah to sacrifice his son Isaac, but God promises to make Abraham the father of the nations on that very mount. On Mount Carmel, Elijah confronts the prophets of Baal and calls down fire from heaven, reaffirming God's sovereignty over Israel. And in the New Testament, Jesus often went to the Mount of Olives to pray after multiplying the loaves or healing someone. The transfiguration happened on the Mount Tabor while he was praying. Jesus would pray in the mountains before and after most of his significant events in his life, like the one in today's gospel of choosing the 12. And why on a mountain? Obviously, it gives you a vision if you are on a mountain. It gives you a vantage point of view. It makes you look where you came from and look forward to where you are heading. And such is a feeling when you are praying on a mountain. It makes you feel high. It makes you feel like you are an inch closer to heaven. It's like God touching humanity at the tip of his finger. Of course, today, we do not have to go to the mountains to pray. Whenever you pray in a small corner, you are already climbing, you are already ascending, you are already having a spiritual ascent to your mountain. The thing is, to climb the mountain, we need to leave some things behind. We need to let go of some of our baggage to climb freely. It's a requisite every time we go to prayer. It's difficult to pray when we have many attachments. Let us make time today for prayer. Shed the weight of our attachments and ascend our own spiritual mountains to draw strength and power from God. Let's recharge ourselves. As we pause to pray, we invite God's power to recharge our souls and guide us through the challenges ahead. Spend time today praying with nature. Go trekking or climb a mountain. Maybe praying the rosary while doing it.